Yo, 2021 was an awesome year of games, and today I'm going to be taking a very quick look at the hidden gems of 2021. These are games that are fantastic and loved by the majority of folks who have played them, yet for whatever reason they never got the widespread acclaim that I feel that they deserve. Be sure to let us know what other games you feel are hidden gems of 2021 as I get straight into my 10 hidden games of 2021.
Number 10.
Check it out. You get to control me.
Now, with an amazing amount of mini games to keep you occupied for hours, Warioware Get It Together is a real gem on the Switch. Now, I will be totally honest with you guys, it may be not as good as I found Smooth Moves to be on the original Wii, but if you do own a Switch and enjoy a really good laugh, this game certainly has you covered because there is definitely hours of entertainment in this specific game.
Same micro game, different abilities.
Number 9.
First things first, what a lovely little game Unpacking is. It is a puzzle game where we play through the adult life of a young lady and we go from college to her having her own nice home and family. Each room features different cardboard boxes that need to be unpacked and you have to find the best place for each thing to go. Socks in the drawers, toasters in the kitchen, game consoles in the living room and so on. It sounds easy, but getting everything to fit can be very tough. What is really great about Unpacking is that each level you get the smallest bit of story about the person's life, and somehow by the end of the game you feel like you really know this person. It is a truly wonderful game and it is actually on Game Pass right now, so for those who do have the all-important Game Pass, I definitely do say that this is a game that you should be checking out.
Number 8.
Together with this little fella.
There is so much to love about Lost in Random, from the characters to the atmosphere. Even the story is amazing and the gameplay is super fun, and to me just overall visually this game is phenomenal. This to me has to be a massive hidden gem that dropped in 2021, as not too many people that I've spoken to are really that familiar with this specific game, but one that I truly do recommend.
Some will help her. Do you mean this one? And some won't.
Number 7.
5,000 units to the Hellraiser who killed.
To me personally, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy is kind of a game that came out of nowhere, as whilst I was aware of the game, it wasn't necessarily a game that was on my radar to pick up this year, and boy am I glad that I did grab this game. It is an absolute pleasure to play. In my opinion, it is way better than Marvel's Avenger, and for those who do enjoy a good one-player game, it is really enjoyable. I'm not gonna lie, at times the combat does feel slightly repetitive, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this overall is a really fun game.
Number 6. We came to save you.
Keeping it real, Tales of Arise is a game that even I slept on this year until I purchased it probably towards the latter part of November, and will say that it is truly an awesome experience. While I'm not probably the biggest diehard RPG fan out there, I always do appreciate a real good RPG game, and this game is a very solid entry in that genre, and one that I truly do recommend you picking up if you are really a good fan of the RPG franchise. And maybe for those who might not be the biggest ones like myself, this definitely is still a great game to play.
Frozen Hammer.
Number 5.
I guess me being the big Yakuza fan that I am, I always will consider any game from that universe to be a hidden gem, and I have to say that Lost Judgment is definitely an awesome sequel to the thoroughly enjoyable Judgment. The side content in this game is amazing, not to mention that the mini games are really fun, and even the main story is definitely awesome in this, which basically brings you an entire great experience for one game that is definitely well worth picking up. To me, definitely one game that I do consider a hidden gem because not enough people are speaking on the fact that this is a great game.
If you want a closer look, I'll be more than happy to accommodate you.
Number 4.
Keeping it real, Chicory, A Colorful Tale is arguably one of the most charming games to be released in 2021. It is basically a 2D adventure game where we play as a little dog called Pizza. This land is inhabited by adorable animal characters and Pizza is the janitor. One day he comes across a paintbrush that is used to bring color back to the land and solve puzzles. And whilst it may sound somewhat simplistic, to me this is just a lovely game, and one that will make you smile the whole time you are playing it. It also boasts as one of the most eye-catching art styles of any game released in 2021, and for those on the PlayStation side of the fence, this definitely should be a game that you may be considering adding to your library at some point.
Number 3.
Now, when Kena Bridge of Spirits was first shown, many people such as myself did actually believe that this was a AAA title. Amazingly, this is a first try game for a new indie developer, and it is a tremendous third-person adventure game. We play as a young spirit guide who is tasked with helping people move on to the spirit world. It has a great story, but the gameplay is kind of like a throwback to some of the older Zelda games in many ways. It is just such a fun game to play, and the presentation is good. It is like you are playing through an animated movie. Hopefully now the game has a physical release, it will find a bigger audience.
Life to the next.
So you know what happens to spirits unable to move on.
Ground yourself.
Number 2.
Now, the original Psychonauts was loved by a few but ignored by many, and it is sad to say the same rings true for Psychonauts 2. This game is just fantastic. It tells the story of Raz, a young psychic who is now at school where Psychonauts are trained. The plot is like something from a James Bond movie, and thanks to the incredible art design and phenomenal voice acting, you cannot help but get sucked right in. To me, it kind of has the PlayStation 2 original Xbox vibe to the gameplay, and that is great. Using all of Raz's psychic abilities to complete the many different missions is an absolute blast, and for those who have the all-important Game Pass, this is a game that I do feel that you should be checking out.
Interns.
You did what?
Number 1.
Disco Elysium was already an amazing game when it was released a couple of years back. What we are talking about in this video is about Disco Elysium, the final cut, which was released for the PlayStation 5 and also the Xbox Series in 2021. This takes what was already an amazing RPG and adds even more to it. It features even more voice acting, which gets you even more invested into the story. And in addition to that, it adds in even more missions that were cut from the original release. And it is just the perfect way for someone to experience this amazing game. I know I have said in this video that I'm not too into the RPG aspects, but I do always appreciate great RPG games, and this game definitely falls in that category, and one that I do feel that a lot more people should be experiencing. Definitely a solid release in 2021, and a game that I do potentially consider a hidden gem for those who are not too familiar with this game. Anyway, peeps, that was a run through of 10 games that I do consider hidden gems. I'm sure quite a few of you might be familiar with quite a few of the games on this list, but I just think on a global scale, not enough people do talk about a lot of these games. As always, it is great to get you guys' insight to what games you feel are hidden gems that were released in this year. And as this is the last video of 2021 from Urban Gameplay, we just want to say Happy New Year for all when it does arrive. And until next Urban Gameplay video, we definitely say peace out, peeps.
He helped many pass from this life to the next.
So you know what happens to spirits unable to move on.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more cool urban gameplay videos.